Seriously?
What if you could destroy historical cities with an enraged dinosaur that grows stronger the more it destroys? Welcome to Dino Smash, where obliterating historical cities and their era-specific defending armies is the only thing on the menu. You will travel through time to visit Rome, Athens, Camelot, and modern-day New York City, laying waste to capitals and fighting off famous generals who used the tactics and specialized technologies of their time. Choose either the highly armored and terrible Tyrannosaurus rex or the agile and deadly fire-breathing pterodactyl. This choice determines which ultimate form the monstrous reptiles mutate into, but we'll get to that later. Viewing these mighty creatures, the player will control a zoomable and rotatable third-person camera, allowing them to see the battlefield from a top-down strategic view or an in-your-face, eat-the-action view. Like Rampage, the player's primary goal is to cause mass destruction and lay waste to buildings, but unlike Rampage, entire cities will be decimated. Like Total War, multiple types of military units will defend the cities, but the game is real-time. High-value targets like famous generals will be devoured for bonuses, while skill trees empower the dangerous reptiles towards their final forms. Enter Mecha-Rex and Bahamut the Sorrow-Bringer. But in the way stands the greatest armies the Earth has ever known. These commanders will target the player's weaknesses by sending specific units to attack them. Traveling to the Greek era, be prepared for Socrates and Greek fire, an area of effect fire attack with splash damage. But crafty players can decide to use terrain, like fighting in water, to mitigate or completely nullify attacks like these. In the modern age, prepare for drone strikes from the skies that cause large AoE radiation zones to avoid, super soldiers to contend with, and general upgrades the player can unlock, either mitigate or neutralize these special attacks. Mechanical upgrades like thermal plating will allow players to withstand the Greek fire, while mutations like radioactive will allow the player to absorb radiation to regain health. Let's get into the action from the player's perspective. Imagine yourself approaching a city, mouth dripping with fire, tail spikes ready to whip good. You approach the gates. A large group of lightly armed civilians clusters to your left, blocking a hole in the wall. To your right, veteran troops are readying highly damaging Greek fire. A decision is made to start easy and then go hard. You bound towards the citizen militia. You wait for them to fully surround you, feigning fright. But this was your plan all along, and you unleash a devastating tail whip, wiping out the entire unit. Your upgraded fire breath sustains on the ground, and you create a circle around the enemy unit, causing retreating soldiers to melt upon escape. More experience gained, ensuring another ability boost at the end of the level. Your gaze turns towards the city once more, and your goal, devouring the leader of the Greek forces, Socrates, because eating him will permanently double your breath's attack damage. In another approach, the pterodactyl makes the choice not to attack either group head-on, but instead uses its swoop ability to grab the Greek fire unit, fly it over to the munitions dump, and drop it, which ignites the building, preventing any new Greek fire troops from being spawned. Risks inherent in development are the third-person camera. If after a month we cannot create a rotating third-person camera, then we will lock the camera in position over the character's right shoulder. This will require the player to turn their character around, but will save time on solving complex camera issues. Another risk is scope. If skill tree for different starting characters doesn't function bug-free by alpha release, then we will add different base skills to each character and remove the upgrade paths. This will keep the basic player choice of playing with different abilities, but reduce the amount of content we will need to balance overall.